Okay, well, welcome back to a Math Minute with Mr. Thomas. We're going to talk about 6.1, graphing to solve systems. The biggest issue that a lot of students have with this subject is just rewriting equations. So if I were to give you, say, a system that looked like this, and you were to go through and rewrite this, a lot of students have been struggling with just rewriting it. So the other one would be negative 4x plus y equals negative 7. So the biggest struggle is that this is not in y equals mx plus b. Now in the video you saw that we wrote all these in that mx plus b format, and we did our graphing from this. Well, our y's on this side, which we should have. However, our x's are also on that side, and we want those on this side. So all we have to do is, if we were to look at equation 1, okay, I'll label these so we know which is which, is we just need to add the 2x to the other side. So we take this negative 2x plus y, and that's equal to the negative 1. So again, this is equation 1. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2x, because the objective here is to get rid of everything that's with this y so we can get y equals by itself. Now with that being said, negative 2x plus 2x cancels. Y is still y. 0 plus y is what that would be. And then over here you would have negative 1 plus 2x. But since I want my mx up front in front of my constant, I know the 2x is positive. So I'm going to go ahead and write positive 2x out front, and then minus 1 because my 1 was negative. So there's equation 1. Now it's in that form. Now if I take equation 2, this would give me negative 4x plus y equals negative 7. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get rid of this 4x, and that's going to get this to look like that. That gives me y equals, again, since I want my x to be out front, 4x and then minus 7. Now that's equation 2 again. So there's your system. Now it's y equals mx plus b and y equals mx plus b. So here my slope is 2, here my slope is 4. So because my slopes are definitely different, they're not opposite reciprocals, they're not the same, I know they will cross at some point, just not perpendicular. So we've talked about perpendicular slope earlier sections. And I would just go to my graph and plot those like I've done in chapter 4. Well, let's look at what happens if we were to have some problems that have more than something with that y. And this is one of the big problems that we have. Let's say I had 2x minus 3y equals, let's say 12. And so the biggest problem that we have here is now it's not just y, it's 2x minus 3y. So it takes 2 steps. So what I'm going to do first is what I did in the past problem. I'm going to subtract my 2x from both sides. That way I get the y by itself. So this whole term that's with the y by itself. Now 2x minus 2x cancels, but I have 0 minus 3y, which means my y is still negative. And again over here, I'm going to go ahead and write a negative 2x out front, just because I want my mx plus b format. Okay, now I have negative 3y. I don't want that. I want to get rid of that negative 3. So since it's multiplication there, I'm going to divide by negative 3 to every term. So biggest mistake here, people forget to divide the negative 3 to the 2x and the 12. It goes to everything. Left side is just 1y. Right side, I get negative 2 over negative 3, which is now a positive 2/3, and then x. So I can go ahead and write that 2/3 and then x beside it like that. Now the 12 becomes negative because positive, negative makes a negative, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So there would be my equation if I were to rewrite it from something that looks like this. So that's if the y is not just 1, the coefficient isn't 1. So if we had another equation, we do exactly the same thing. And now we are a y-intercept of -4, and a slope of 2/3, up to right 3. Okay, so again, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.